Hi, I'm Hub Arkush, along with Associate Editor Dan Parr for Pro Football Weekly and another of our 32 NFL team training camp opening reports. And Dan, I would think for the New Orleans Saints, the best news about training camp is the offseason is finally over.
That's right. It's been a rough one for the Saints, no question about it. You have Drew Brees in the fold, but what about on the other side of the ball, defense? They went out and did a lot in free agency to address linebacker. They might not have Jonathan Vilma for the entire season. We know about the suspension. There's some legal proceedings that are still playing out that could affect that, but Curtis Lofton steps in, and they expect him to be the new leader on defense. You look at him up front, Broderick Bunkley coming in to replace the combination that didn't work out so well in Sean Rodgers and Abrea Franklin. That's the center of that defense now. Bunkley to Lofton and Akeem Hicks, a rookie. That was their first pick this year. Didn't draft till the third round, but they expect him to come in and be disruptive. Another rookie there, keep an eye on, Nick Toon, wide receiver, coming in with Robert Meacham gone. Can he come up and step up and provide some of the production they missed from him?
This is the #1 offense in the NFL, one of the most prolific in history. As they go to training camp, a couple changes. You've got Carl Nix gone, you got Ben Grubbs in, Robert Meacham is gone. Where will they focus in training camp to at least hold the line, if not get better on offense?
Well, if you go back to the last game we saw the Saints play, the loss to the 49ers, the things that you saw them struggle with is when they get an elite pass rush and Drew Brees is getting hit, it's just not the same. So you have to have better protection off the edge. I know German Bushrod made a Pro Bowl last season. They still need him to get better. They need Zach Strief to have a healthy season at right tackle. Charles Brown, the backup there, not sure you can really count on him when teams attack him and make him the focus of their rush. So I think those are the two areas where they need to really improve. And the running game, I think, could even afford to improve too. He was highly ranked last year, but Mark Ingram didn't have the year anyone expected. They need him to come back healthy and strong.
All right, now defensively, they were vulnerable at times last year. And you talk about Jonathan Vilma, not just their leader, but one of their most productive players along with Roman Harper. What are they looking at in training camp to make sure they can cover for Vilma as well as get better in other areas?
Well, they need more playmaking from the secondary. They just didn't force enough turnovers last year. That was their bread and butter on their run to the Super Bowl. You need Malcolm Jenkins to come in and have a better year, and they're going to be using him a little differently. You see him up closer to the line of scrimmage where he can be more disruptive, be more involved in things than he was last season when he was playing back deep. Steve Spagnuolo's in to coordinate that defense. We know what he's made his name off of, getting a pass rush, sparking that. This needs to be more consistent from the Saints than it was last season.
Dan, they've had nothing but talent on this team for some time. A couple of young veterans who figure to step up and make even a bigger impact for them.
I think Cameron Jordan at defensive end, they're probably going to be without Will Smith for the first 4 games of the season, serving a suspension. They need him to step up to get through that first quarter of the season. He's the guy they drafted in the first round before Mark Ingram. Didn't have much to do in terms of the pass rush last season. A good, solid run stuffer. Need him to be getting to the quarterback more. And we mentioned Ingram. I think he's a guy who's never going to be asked to fully carry the load with Pierre Thomas and Darren Sproles there, but they can still expect more from him this year, especially not near the goal line. They want him to be that kind of guy.
And Ingram fascinates me because they trade to get him in the first round, but every time he's on the field, Sproles or Pierre Thomas is on the bench. Very productive running backs. An embarrassment of riches there. What about players on the bubble, veterans who really need to show up or go home?
Interesting competition emerging at wide receiver for that last spot. Joseph Morgan, Courtney Roby, Adrian Arrington, all in the battle there. And then at kicker, Garrett Hartley or John Casey. Both of them are not going to make the roster. It's a competition between those two guys. Casey was very solid last year. Hartley's made some clutch kicks for them in the past. An interesting battle.
Well, we know this, folks. The New Orleans Saints are happy to finally be in training camp and play some football. That'll do it for this report. For all 32 of our NFL team training camp opening reports, stay right where we're at ProFootballWeekly.com.